This is how I moved out on my own and how I was able to afford it. And I did not save up a ton of money to do this. I did this in a really non-traditional way, but I made it work. I was living with roommates actually, but it was a very toxic situation. Really was not good to live with them. So I decided to move out and move back in with my mom. My relationship with my mom is much better today, but just us living together is not a good idea. It's not good for mental health. After a few months of living with her, I was like, I genuinely, for my health, my mental health, I need to move out on my own. I need to make this happen. This was amidst the pandemic. COVID was full on happening. And I did not have a full-time job, something that was steady that I've been working at for a long time. I actually got a nanny job where I was living with my mom. And I decided when I got that job that I would use all the money that I made from it to save it and move out on my own. I worked this job maybe 3 months. I can't even remember now. It was not a long time. Obviously, maybe a bit more than 3 months, but really not long. I made $25 an hour in this job. And all that I saved up was first and last month's rent. I then got a job that was close to downtown Toronto, which is where I wanted to move. I was working this job maybe again a few months. And I decided, okay, I'm gonna move out on my own now. And it took a long time to find the right place, but I found the place and I put down first and last month's rent. So lucky I moved out when I did, and I did this in a strategic way. COVID was happening, so all the rent prices were like $1,000 less than what they're normally. So I moved into a 1-bedroom plus den because I felt like I needed that space, and I moved out and I pay $1,800 a month in rent. And I'm so grateful for this because now if I were to move into the exact same place, it would be $1,000 more than what I'm paying. Once I moved out, literally like a month or two later, I decided to quit my job and find a new job. This was so stressful, but I needed to because my job was so toxic. My boss was. So I found a nanny job, a full-time nanny job, and I've been working that since basically almost I moved out. I also had to complete a placement for school, which was supposed to be unpaid. So I was at a point where I was like, should I actually get my degree or not? Because I couldn't afford to do a placement and not get paid, like for part 2.